Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Picture this. A massive cannon firing a projectile at Mach 7, punching through steel like a Pacific Rim Jaeger, blasting a Kaiju no explosives. Just raw electromagnetic fury. This isn't sci-fi. It's the rise of railguns in 2025. Weapons that hurl metal slugs with enough force to obliterate tanks, ships, or bunkers faster than you can say Transformers. Today, we're diving into the top 10 railguns and electromagnetic cannons from the US, Navy's 32 MJ Beast to China's ship-mounted marvels. Before we charge up, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell to join our high-voltage crew, your VIP pass to the wildest military tech. These railguns are straight out of a Terminator blockbuster, but which one's the ultimate game changer? Stick around to find out and drop in the comments. What's your favorite sci-fi weapon, and how does it compare to these railguns? Let's spark an electrifying debate. Railguns use electromagnetic fields to accelerate projectiles at hypersonic speeds, Mach 5 to 7, without gunpowder, making them silent, deadly, and dirt cheap per shot, like Iron Man's repulsors on a budget. In 2025, with naval battles heating up in the South China Sea and ground forces facing drone swarms, railguns offer precision and power against modern threats. We've ranked the top 10 by energy output, range, and 2025 field tests, drawing on declassified demos and global exercises. Which nation's railgun tech shocks you most? Comment below as we power up the list. Number 10. Japan's ATLA railgun prototype. Kicking off, Japan's ATLA railgun, tested in 2025, fires a 0.5 kilogram slug at Mach 6 with 5 mJ of energy, like a Godzilla beam slicing through Tokyo Bay. Designed for destroyers, its 10-kilometer range hit Mach targets in 2025. Sea of Japan drills. Compact but low-powered, it's a starter. Picture it in a G.I. Joe naval clash. Would it sink Cobra's fleet? Drop your thoughts. ATLA's calling card is compact integration. It's the kind of system a destroyer can trial without redesigning the ship. Good for point defense against fast attack craft, hostile landing boats, or low-flying drones sweeping a coastline. The trade-off? Limited magazine depth and thermal load. After a rapid burst, cooling cycles kick in. Engineers juggle cadence. 3 shots, cool, relocate. On-screen, think tight. Cinematic cuts. Capacitor banks pulsing. Operators reading coil temps. A targeting reticle dancing across choppy water. It's a first-step railgun, lean, experimental, precise. In a G.I. Joe set piece, it's the clever counterpunch time volleys to break a swarm, not a fleet vaporizer. Still, that precision hit on cue? Chef's kiss. Number 9. India's DRDO electromagnetic gun. India's DRDO railgun, unveiled in 2025, launches a 1-kilogram projectile at Mach 5 with 7 mJ, like a Bollywood war star blasting bunkers. Tested in Andaman ranges, it's aimed at coastal defenses with a 15-kilometer range. Power demands limit ship integration. Imagine it in a Transformers sequel. How's it fare? Comment your take. Strategically, DRDO's concept shines in coastal denial, defend choke points, ports, and beaches with high-velocity stingers that don't rely on explosive supply lines. Its logistics: friendly iron slugs are cheap, storage is safe, and shots cost a fraction of missiles. The challenge is the power pack. Peak draw and cooldown dictate tempo, so doctrines emphasize ambush windows. Brief, violent salvos when enemy craft cross a lethal envelope. In a Transformers-style set piece, the EM gun becomes the plot twist. Silent arcs that swat incoming drones mid-screen, then rip open a bunker door for a special ops breach. Sleek, gritty, and cost-savvy, this is DRDO style. Number 8. France's DGA railgun project. France's DGA railgun, trialed in 2025, fires a 0.8 kilogram slug at Mach 6 with 10 mJ, like a Skyfall gadget shredding tanks. Designed for Leclerc tank upgrades, it hit 20-kilometer in Mediterranean tests. Its compact design is promising, but cooling issues persist. Could it star in a James Bond chase? Share below. What sets DGA's design apart is the form factor, a tank-compatible EM cannon concept. The idea? Leverage rail efficiency for hypervelocity sabot-like effects without propellants. Against fortified points or active protection systems, velocity becomes its own warhead. The obstacle is thermal density heat at the rails, heat in the pulse shaping network, heat in the chamber. Engineers choreograph cooldowns, phase change materials, and liquid microchannel plates to keep firing rhythms viable. Now roll the Bond chase. A Leclerc variant carves through alleyways, turret flicking with predatory precision, flicker cracking shots that pin a fleeing armored convoy. It's elegant violence. Gadgets grown up into battlefield art. Number 7. UK's Dreadnought. Class Railgun. The UK's Dreadnought Railgun, tested in 2025, delivers 12 MJ, firing a 1.5 kilogram slug at Mach 7 over 25 km. Like Dunkirk's artillery with sci-fi flair. Built for Type 45 destroyers, it excelled in North Sea drills. Battery size limits sustained fire. Picture it in 1917's battlefields. What's its role? Drop your idea. The UK approach leans on shipboard battery banks and hybrid power management. During surges, non-essential draws throttle back, capacitors gulp, and rails sing. But with battery mass comes pacing. Commanders plan pulsed engagements, short, surgical flurries rather than hour-long drum fire. In a 1917 reimagining, this railgun becomes the off-screen angel, a call over the wire, a set of coordinates, and moments later a surgical strike that cracks an enemy counterattack without a plume of smoke. Just silent devastation. Number 6. Russia's Almaz-Antey railgun. Russia's Almaz-Antey railgun, fielded in 2025, packs 15 MJ, launching a 2 kilogram slug at Mach 6 over 30 km. Like Red Sparrow's covert weapon, tested in Black Sea Ops, it targets ships and drones. Sanctions slow production, but it's a naval threat. Imagine it in Black Hawk Down. How's it perform? Comment your scene. At 15 MJ, the slug is a kinetic wrecking ball. One clean hit can shear antenna farms, crater deck plating, or vaporize drone swarms in a single line of fire. The trade-off is industrial tempo. Sanctions pinch component supply. Units are potent but limited in number, making each gun a high-value asset. Cinematically, think Black Hawk Down. Tension but at sea, disorienting weather, sudden contacts, and a rail volley that decapitates a hostile sensor mast. An invisible punch that flips the tactical table. Number 5. Germany's Rheinmetall EM gun. Germany's Rheinmetall railgun, trialed in 2025, fires a 1.8 kilogram slug at Mach 7 with 18 MJ. Like the Expendables heavy hitter. Designed for Panzer upgrades, it hit 35 km Baltic tests. With AI targeting, power-hungry capacitors are a drawback. Could it dominate a Mad Max wasteland? Share below. Mounted on an armored chassis, the concept promises long-range direct-fire anti-armor at distances that make return fire academic. Imagine a Panzer variant that snipes hardened targets beyond conventional gun envelopes. But every hero has a flaw. Capacitor appetite. You feed it power, it feeds you miracles, then demands a breather. In a Mad Max wasteland fantasy, this is the final boss gun on wheels. Battery trailers in tow, a mobile thunderhead that settles arguments with physics. Number 4. China's Type 055 railgun. China's Type 055 destroyer railgun, deployed in 2025, unleashes 20 MJ, firing a 3 kilogram slug at Mach 7 over 40 km. Like Red Dawn's naval juggernaut, South China Sea tests sank Mach carriers. Its cooling system excels, but range lags US. Peers. Picture it in battleship. Could it crush aliens? Drop your vision. China's focus is sustained cadence, liquid cooling loops, heat exchangers, and smart thermal routing that let the gun stay in the fight longer than you'd expect. Even if range trails US heavyweights, volume of accurate fire and fleet coordination can swamp defenses. In a battleship scene, picture alien craft juking at supersonic speed, then the Type 055 solving the lead and punching flawless silent lines through their hulls. It's clinical and relentless. Number 3. US Army's SRG strategic railgun. The US Army's SRG, tested in 2025, delivers 25 MJ, launching a 2.5 kilogram slug at Mach 7 over 50 km. Like Captain America's shield as a cannon. Designed for mobile artillery, it shredded bunkers in Yuma tests. Its mobility is unmatched, but setup is slow. Imagine it in Avengers, Infinity War. What's its edge? Comment your take. SRG's strength is operational reach, push inland, set up, deliver long-range kinetic strikes without calling in air. Against hardened targets, SRG is the door kicker for brigades. The cost is time on site. You can move it anywhere, but you still need minutes to anchor, align, and charge. In Infinity War, SRG is the strategic equalizer. When missiles are jammed or scarce, the railgun writes its own solution in raw velocity. Number 2. U.S. Navy's HVP, Hypervelocity Projectile. The U.S. Navy's HVP railgun, fielded in 2025, fires a 3-kilogram slug at Mach 7 with 32 MJ over 100 km, like Iron Man's repulsors on steroids. Tested on Zumwalt destroyers, it hit drones and ships in Pacific drills. Its $25,000 per shot cost is a steal, but power demands strain ships. Could it outblast a Star Wars turbolaser? Share your call. The magic of HVP is economy and precision. For the price of a truck tire, you get effects that rival missile strikes. The catch? Ship power architecture. During volleys, energy management becomes an art form. Mission systems dim, priority buses light up, and the crew rides the edge of a beautiful, controlled storm. Turbolaser face-off? HVP wins on realistic logistics and hit probability. No glowing beams, just silent hits that land before the enemy finishes a sentence. Number 1. U.S. DARPA Boeing 50 MJ Railgun. Topping the list, DARPA's 50 MJ Railgun, deployed in 2025, fires a 5-kilogram slug at Mach 7.5 over 200 km. Like Transformers, Dark of the Moon's ultimate weapon. Tested at White Sands, it obliterated Mach bunkers with pinpoint accuracy. Its cooling and AI targeting are unmatched, though 50M costs spark debate. With 20 units planned, it's the Railgun King. Picture it in Avengers Endgame. Could it take Thanos' ship? Drop your epic scene. The crown jewels here are thermal governance and AI fire control cooling manifolds that drink heat like oceans. Targeting stacks that fuse satellites, UAVs, and radar into a single, clairvoyant firing solution. The controversy is price 50M per unit, but the effect is biblical. Endgame scenario? The 50 MJ gun writes a farewell note to a flagship's key systems from half a sea away. No fireworks, just outcomes. These railguns are 2025's electromagnetic titans, turning battlefields into Tron-style arenas of pure energy. From Black Sea skirmishes to Pacific showdowns, they counter ships, drones, and armor with sci-fi precision. Ethical debates loom. Cheap shots could escalate conflicts. As 2025 Pentagon forums note, what's next? Orbital railguns or laser hybrids? Which railgun tops your list? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more high-voltage tech dives. Let's keep the sparks flying. See you in the next one.